Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Mrs. Danielle DeVita. I am Danielle.
Hi, my name is Lawrence. Glad to be here today.
And this is my husband. So just so you know why we are here today together, I've done videos, just me, and a lot of people are probably wondering, well, where is Danielle's husband and what does he have to say in all of this? And I know that I mentioned that I do femininity, marriage, relationships, and a lot of times people have this dynamic going on in relationships and they're wondering why it's not working out, or if they talked about certain things that are important in relationships. So we are here to talk about some things that people probably should discuss, or at least know what's to come in their relationships. So, you ready to get down with it?
Absolutely, let's do it.
Just so this video won't be long, we're probably going to break it up in different parts where we're going to talk about at least 3 to 4 topics at the most, and we're going to do a deep dive in it. So, they say a lot of the reasons why relationships do not work is money. Money was one of the reasons. So now, we've been married 11 and a half years, right? We've got married in our early 20s, and this is something we've had to learn and overcome, dealing with money and being married. So first, what are your thoughts about money in general, starting off when you're first getting married and once you're already been married?
Well, I mean, as you said, money is a very important topic when it comes to being married, and how you handle money and how that correlates with your relationship is very important as well. Reason being is, it's said that financial issues are one of the top reasons why most marriages end in divorce. So if we can provide any kind of advice that will deter that from happening to any of you guys, whether you're married or whether you're in a relationship, then that's definitely something we want to talk about today.
Yes. So one of the things that people wonder, do you put your money together? And I would say yes. I think when you're married, your money needs to be together. No one needs to have some separate account. I think at one point we had a fun account for ourselves, like an account where, like a play account. But I think now we still are both on the account, on the play account, and we just take pieces out for what we want to do. Like, whatever it is that you want to do, whether it's getting your hair done, getting massages, just some type of self-care. But I think it's important that you understand that your money is not just yours, his money is not just his, but you both share, because this is both your home, both your lives you're sharing together, the same bed, the same groceries, the same everything. So everything is one. There's no separate, there's no you and me. It's just us. And money should be us, not your money versus my money. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that money should be shared between both parties, between the couple, and you really have to practice selflessness when it comes to budgeting your finances out. Like you said, you don't want to just have one person, thinking that the money's theirs because they may make a higher income. You have to come up to the realization that it's both of your funds that are coming in for the greater good of you as a couple and for the greater good of your household. So that's why, I think one of the best things to do is kind of create a budget that allows you to splurge, as well as a budget that allows you to obviously pay your bills and then money to save as well. Like you mentioned with a play account, that's good to have, because I feel like everyone needs outlet in their financial lives. So I don't care if you make $10 an hour or if you make $100,000 a year. You need to put something aside, because that's going to help you long term to carry out a budget. So
yes, and it's something you said off camera. Now, this is the money man, so he works in finances, so he understands like a lot about that. And it was something you said about living off of one income, even if you both are earners. What were you saying about
that? So I feel like it's important budget wise to basically segment a part of one person's income as your main driver for your everyday financial life, right? So let's say you're a couple. Let's say you both make $30,000 a year, so $60,000 in combined income. If you can focus on living off of $30,000 a year, then you'll never be without, right? So when you think about rent, you think about car payments, you think about all these essentials that you need every day in life. If you can consolidate that somehow to make it work within one person's income, then you'll be a stronger unit, right? So people always say that, two incomes better than one. Well, that's only if you use it the right way. So by having those two incomes, if you can use one as the ultimate driver for your everyday life, and then, that other income you can save, maybe splurge a little bit with it, then it will definitely give you a better quality of life.
Yeah, and I think you should start when you make less money, because when we started out, we did just that. So our house, everything we had was based off of his income. So no matter how much money we started to make, even when you do become a high earner, if you live off of that one income, you'll actually start to have more money at your disposal, because you haven't been living off of two incomes. So even if we make so much money, we're still, like, our house, our income, everything is based off of what one person makes. So if something ever happens, we're good. It's not like, oh my God, someone lost their job and now we're stuck. And that's what goes on with this 50-50 relationships, where people are just, it doesn't, you both can, earn money, but some people are doing this tit for tat. And when you do that tit for tat, when that one person loses income, then you guys are stuck. But if you think smart, like what he was saying, and even more so, we do the, what is it the 70, 10, 10, 10? So, or you can do an 80-20. And this is where most of your income goes off of 70% of your income is going towards bills. And then you have 10% going towards maybe vacation time, another 10% is your play money, and another 10% could be whatever you want, rainy day, tide, whatever it is, but it's nice to live that way. So 90% of your income isn't just bills, So that's that. So money was a big thing. What was another topic that I think is really pertinent? I think you mentioned something about selfishness.
Yeah, so that's really important as well. So my feeling is, if you want to have a great, positive relationship, you have to learn the giver's gain mentality. And basically what that means is, if I work at trying to give my all to the relationship, then what can I actually gain from it, right? So if both people are committed in that way, then you're both working to give, and you're both working to make sure that the other person is pleased. So by doing that, both people have an enriched relationship. So by, just by not being petty, for instance, washing the dishes, folding clothes, things that you may not normally do, just doing those things to give your partner some ease of stress. That's called giver's gain. That's a mentality that's important in a relationship.
Yeah, so what he said, a lot of times you may hear people, or in previous videos I've done, you hear me use the term reciprocity. And when I say, and that's not even just in helping out with chores or with children, but just when one person, shows love towards you, or they do something, do something back. So it can't just be the man providing and we as a woman just accepting, and we give nothing else in return. It's just one person giving all the love, giving all the, whatever our needs and wants, and then we're just here just basking in it. And we there's no reciprocity in love, no reciprocity in communication, no reciprocity in helping out around the house. Everybody wants to just have their hand out, but it's good to not just be the receiver, like he said, but the giver. So, and the sooner you guys learn that, the better your relationship will be. And that's communicating what your wants are as well, and needs. And I think we do the what is it called, our love language. You have to give the way, love them the way they want to be loved, right? You treat everyone how you would want to be treated. But love, everyone has their own love language, so you gotta love them where they want to be loved. And mine just acts of service. So him helping out where needed, he's filling my love tank. And me, I give back through my affirmations, because that's what he likes.
Okay, so you ready to move on to the next topic?
Yes.
So one thing we want to talk about today was intimacy as well, and how that affects relationships and what people's different thoughts are around intimacy and relationship. So I know that there are some men out there who feel that they don't get enough intimacy or they don't get enough sex in their relationship. So that's kind of something we want to talk about, and then also see what some drivers are that may be causing that as well. What I think possibly may be one of the issues is that once you're in a relationship and you're married, or let's say you're living together, some of the excitement may go away, right? So you get into the everyday work life, going to work, going to different activities, and you may be burning yourself out, or you may be exhausted, and then you just get into that rut of the same cycle each and every day. You go home, you go to work, go to the gym, whatever, and then you start over again. And I think somewhere in there, intimacy may get lost in the mix, and that may be a big issue as to why some men may feel deprived. And also, it may not just be men, some women may feel deprived as well. So for me, I think it's about creating excitement in your relationship, and also finding positive things and different things to do throughout each week that can kind of drive some of that intimacy back into the relationship. So whether it be maybe like a midweek date night, something so that you can continue to get to know your spouse or your significant other on a personal level, and something that kind of takes you out of the mix of everyday life. So I think those are some of the things that kind of help that out. What about you?
Yeah, I think so. It's something you said about going out, having fun, doing things date night. And someone said, being boring in relationship is okay. And I'm like, no. Like, since when have you had a friend, your homegirl or your homeboy? Since when have you said, oh yeah, sometimes our relationship is boring? No, you seem like every time you're with them, you're having so much fun. You always learn something new about them. They always doing something crazy, something make you laugh or something. And that's how it should be in your relationship. Like, we're not boring, and we don't have a boring life, and we like to have fun. We like to enjoy each other. And I learn something new all the time about him. We have date night, we have a lot going on, and I think if we can have that kind of fun, especially people who do not have children, because we have 3 children and they're all little ones, okay? 2 of them in diapers. So, one just got out of diapers, but it needs to be fun. And another way to have intimacy, and we're talking about sex, all right? So another way to have that intimacy is actual intimacy, like touching, hugging, kissing, because how can you go a whole day without doing any of those things, and you think you're just gonna lay down and do those things? Like, when you're cooking, he needs to be behind you, or you need to be behind him, touching him, hugging him, kisses, love taps. It doesn't necessarily have to be public display, but at least when you're behind closed doors. Like, me doing this to him should make him want me more. And the same thing. And I think also letting yourself go. You want to look good. You want to smell good and feel soft. If you're a woman, hair smell good. And the same thing for men. You want to smell good and look good, and that's going to keep that intimacy going, because you do not want to be deprived. Like, you want to be just like when you were dating, if you were, and if you weren't, you want to be like continual, having fun, being intimate. So I don't know. I think what you said, having fun, going out, and getting to know each other. You still get to know each other. Even if think all there is to know. I learn something new all the time about him.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
Yes.
very important to a relationship long term. So definitely keep the intimacy in it, guys, and have a lot of sex.
Okay. So, is there something else?
No, that's it.
All right. So, if there's some topics that you want us to discuss, put them down below in the comment section. What is it that you think we should discuss? And maybe there's men out there that maybe have some things they wish that they could discuss, so they can discuss it with their girlfriend or their wife or fiance. So tell me your thoughts.
Absolutely. Yeah, any thoughts you guys have below, definitely let us know below. And we love to do another couples video for the men and women who are listening and watching. Thanks.
And he will be honest. So he'll tell you, you know, what it's like in our relationship as a man. So, and me too. I'll be honest, as always. Thank you again for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe. Or, you know, put your questions on what you want to talk about with femininity as well. Take care.
Have a good day.